Have you ever wondered how we set the angles for our double bar sliders? So we take our table clamps, and I set one up as a hard stop. It's bolted down to our fixture table, and then I take the other one and I lay it so the pointy side is up. And that's how I set the angle for all of my sliders. And on the axials, the short side is the front, so we're going to do one offset to this side, and then the other one we're going to offset the other way, so that way it's a mirror image. You don't want to accidentally do two the same way, so just you got to keep that in mind when you do the next one. Slide it over the other way. And then we take another our clamps, usually use the flat clamp, so that's going to push up against into this one, and that keeps everything still. Alright, so I actually added one of my short ladder fixtures here just to give it a little bit more spread out of a contact area. So if we get it all adjusted. Oh man, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was the TIG torch taking a swan dive. But it doesn't appear as though the glass broke on my cup, so that's good. Okay, so that's what I'm going to start out with first. You can see the niceness of these fixture tables. Spin it around, I'm going to do it just like that. So I'm just going to fusion weld the tips and then flip it over, and that's where the welds are going. Just first with a couple of little fusion tacks. And we've set our welder to 85 amps using a Lincoln TIG 200 square wave. A bit overkill. Great for the most I could ever need for the hobby, but a little too much, I think. It can do aluminum, but I'm scared. I haven't tried it. And we are welding mild. So it's very important to clean, clean, clean. So I wiped these down with Scotch-Brite, and then I wiped them again with acetone just before the welding. So we have our passenger side slider, and then we're going to flip it the other way with the driver's side slider. Hopefully that welder's not too loud. Sound better. Okay, so now always double check. I've made lots of the same sides by mistake. It happens. And if you're wondering how to do this if you're brazing, I'd set it up the same way, but where you're going to have your weldment, I'd hang it off the edge, and then I would braze it off the edge. Don't blow the heat at the tables. These are aluminum tables. You can only take so much heat. But that's the answer for doing brazing. So you'll clamp it up and have your weldment floating off the edge. Same thing with the cages. Get it everything as close as you can, but just make sure you're not blowing the heat directly at the table. Again, another little fusion weld here. Oh, square as I can. I do one pump to get the little gas going. Wait a sec. Do the tack, and then wait a second for the gas to do its thing. See, one of the unfortunate things with this welder is you can't choose, or you can't adjust the time on and time off, post and pre-flow settings. There's none on this. It just is what it is. Then it runs kind of long, in my opinion. So that goes. The other thing that's nice about welding on the table too is just, I don't know, I feel like it's more comfortable. I can rest my hands on the table and I'm in a good position. Sorry, not this table. This is a one only. Those tables. I do all of my sliders on this little mini table here. So I'll flip it over so they're together. Sometimes I'll mark it. Like I know I'm going to weld this bit, and and then that bit and that bit. It's just a matter of, these are really short, so I'll probably just do kind of a longer center section on both. On the longer sliders, like on the Element, I'll do like 4, but on the Axials, typically I'll just do 3 spots. Alright, you can see we got it all welded, and I try to keep them pretty even. So I just slid this over, so I tried to have them about the same thickness. This one's a little bit longer, but you get the idea. Try to keep it even. Yeah, and that's basically how you build double barrel sliders. Pick up your DIY kits on ScaleMetalSupplies.com, or already welded ones by me.